I'm Jill, and I'm going to make a few little tutorials here to put on my YouTube channel for my friends Kimberly and Dottie who are getting ready to start their big adventure with their DSLR cameras. And I just want to make a few tutorials just to help you guys get started real quick. Don't want to go into depth about anything. I just want to help you feel confident and comfortable with your camera right from the start. So I hope you enjoy these and find these helpful. Sorry for my background. This is just my office workshop. Everything. So I've got everything in here, including a sewing machine. When you get your DSLR, even though this is really kind of primary, you want to learn how to hold it correctly. So, you know, it has this little place for your fingers to go. So I suggest you do that. And then you want to support it with your hand, your other hand, so that you can focus and it gives it extra support. If you find that you're real shaky and your photos are coming out blurry, think about a tripod. I use them especially when I'm doing portraits and stuff. I use a tripod. Okay, so you're going to have your camera body, and then you're going to have an interchangeable lens, and then you're going to have this piece will pop up when you need a flash. Okay, so when you get your camera, of course, you're going to have to charge your battery, which you have a flap on the bottom that you open up, and your battery's in there. And you take it out and you put it in the battery charger that'll come with your camera. Also here on the side, you'll have this door. This is for your SD card. And I use a 16 gigabyte card like all the time. And it does fine with me. I'll have several different shoots on one card. So you get a lot of memory with that. On the other side of your camera, you're going to have these other two flaps. One of them is for, you know, how to plug in your camera with other kind of cords, you know, and things. If you want to transfer your photos directly to your computer from your camera instead of from the SD card. But I have an SD card reader. That's another little thing you'll have to purchase, is an SD card reader. Sometimes they look a little bit like this, and this one is a multi-size card reader, so I can read different size cards, and that goes into my computer. The other flap here has two little plug-ins here. Those are used for many different things. I use it for a cable release. This plugs into the side of your camera. If you don't want your camera to shake at all, put it on a tripod, plug this in, and then you can release the shutter with this button. Also, the other day I was making a video with my DSLR, and I plugged in my microphone there in that little place on the camera. Okay, up here is a hotspot where you can put a flash, an external flash. I have this contraption on the bottom of my camera because I have a tripod where this just slips into. I don't have to screw it in. I'll show that to you in a little bit. Okay, so that's kind of your way around some of them. So at the top, your shutter release with a Canon, and I think maybe most cameras, if you have automatic focus on, halfway down is to focus, and then all the way down is to take the photo. These are some different settings that I'll go over in another video. This is your viewfinder. You look in it. Oftentimes I will use this camera actually has this flip out screen, and a lot of times I will use it as a viewfinder because I'm getting older and find it hard to see through the viewfinder. But I can use this back screen as my viewfinder, which I love, and I use it a lot. Well, before I go, I'll show you this. You know, on and off on and off, and there's a little video camera symbol, and that's when you're taking video. And I'll go over the rest of them in another another video. Let me recommend some of the stuff you don't need to get started. You just need your camera. Usually cameras come with a basic kit lens is what they call it, and it's usually an 18 to 55 lens. This is backwards. I don't even know. Anyway, so that's usually what comes, and that's fine to get started with. So whatever comes with your camera, if you're just purchasing a camera body, then get a lens, buy a lens, because otherwise you can't take pictures. And this 18 to 55 is usually kind of a kit, comes with a kit. So I'd suggest when you get your camera, make sure it has a lens. Sometimes on Amazon you can buy a bundle that'll sell you the camera with the basic lens and a card reader and an SD card and a strap. And a strap is a good idea when you're getting started. I don't keep a strap on mine because I find it gets in my way. And but it is a good assurance that if something happens and you bump and slip and your camera falls out of your hand, you're going to catch it with the strap. So I would say do that. The other thing is get a case. I got this small one on Amazon because when I go to the zoo, I don't want to take a big bag. But I often just want to have my kit lens and my telephoto lens to zoom in on the animals. And so I usually just take this bag, and it's sectioned and it's cushioned. Make sure you get one that's cushioned. Okay, well, that's all I'm going to say now, and I'm going to go on to another video.